Out you go, do it again. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, sorry. Alright, so first exercise. Basically, we're just going to need to spread back even further against the wall. So this is a stage. The challenge for this particular exercise is how can we connect one scene of performance to another scene of performance so that our designing can bridge contexts. But it's on this basis, these abstract definitions, that you're going to see how you can take this exercise and apply it to different design problems. The first definition is use. What is use? Use is a set of habits that appropriates and set to work a design product, okay, or a service, or an infrastructure. So you all know that this particular thing here, and you get tired of me talking about chairs, but I'm a philosophy lecturer, so my examples are crap, okay? But you can do all kinds of things with this, apart from sit on it. So there are all kinds of different ways of appropriating and using a design product, and that's what I call use. The second thing is a use context. So this is the finite projection of an environment. It's your understanding of an environment from the standpoint of how you use design products and infrastructures. Right? Those two terms, use context, they belong to the ordinary world of design. Now I introduce some terms from performance. What's a scene? A scene is a use context that has been given a dramatic structure, thereby transforming a use into a performance. Okay? What is a dramatic structure? It's a set of dynamic relationships. Relationships in time and in space between energized bodies that generate groupings of those bodies. And if you do it, if you really create a scene, because the whole question here is how do you make a scene? If you really make a scene, you manage to create groups of bodies that relate to each other in a dynamic enough way to generate the sense of a world. What's a performance? A performance is a way of using a body that reveals its contingency, the contingency of how you're using that body. You could use it in different ways. And also opens up the use of that body to other bodies and other uses of that body. And then finally, my favorite concept, the action zone. Okay? And the action zone is the set of all use contexts, accessible only through the construction of what I call an architheatre. Now I'm going to set out the even more programmatic level of the exercise, and these are the theses. The first thesis is very simple. We do not yet know how to make public space. Okay? So a really automatic thing that people do is that they go into public space and they make it their own as an affirmation of self. Okay? So the question is how do we keep public space public? The other idea is that the social roles that we perform are not preset. So what it is to be a father is not preset before I came along and tried to be a father. What it is to be a father is a result all the time of my performance. My bad performance, my okay performance, my good performance of what it is to be a father. Okay? So the social roles are a result of what we do every day. They don't underlie, there's no anchoring infrastructure that is a guarantee of these things. The goal is to disclose, to reveal spatial relationships and how they work and how they constitute roles at the level of corporeal detail. Okay, so how do relationships work at the level of our bodies? And second, another way of putting this is, how do we use our bodies to think through the structural relationships of different use contexts? So I've taken two scenes from rather well-known plays for this exercise. Both scenes stage a question about how to use supposedly public space. How do we use the street? How do we use a plaza? How do we use a forecourt? Now, two open questions are simply, what is design about our use of public space? And what is to be designed to make space public? Right. Who feels like Samson? Who feels like being a Samson?
No, it's fine.
Okay, come in, Capulet. Yeah.
Che diavolo di pandemonio è questo? A me lo spadone!